Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Rebel and Chill featuring Matt from Fidel Gastros as I take you through the behind the scenes, what the heck is that stuff on our Netflix series, Rebel At a Kitchen. A lot of fun. So this episode, episode 7, is kooky because it was a legitimate pop-up. Originally, this episode was supposed to be filmed in Buffalo. We were gonna do a pop-up at a tailgate party. But then like the big bad old NFL got in the way and they're like, you can't show any logos, you can't show any colors, you can't show. We were like, how do you do a football NFL pop-up at a tailgate party and not show one logo? Like everyone's wearing a Buffalo Bills jersey. So last minute we had to scrap the shoot and we were already coming back through Boston and it was one of our directors, Marissa, she's like, my mom owns a restaurant in Montreal. Let's just go to Montreal from here and figure out how to make it work. And that's exactly what we did. We literally just changed directions within 24 hours, headed over to Montreal instead of over to Buffalo. And we, on the car ride, we planned out what exactly it was we were gonna do. Mental, crazy. No one does this. We did it. We did it. Love Montreal. When I was in high school, I used to go there every New Year's, party it up. Got a great nightlife scene, great food scene, and those two things come together quite often. What's awesome about Montreal is the bars are open super late, and then people go out to eat all the time after that. So that was kind of like what we wanted to tap into. Didn't have a lot of time, didn't have like, you know, tons of resources, so we needed to think of something quick, and drunk person food seemed like the easiest way in.
In order to build the brand the way I've said I've wanted to, I have to be able to prove that Fidel Gastros, the street food company, can operate on the streets of any city.
That's true. You know, part of opening up a mobile food company was that I was under the strategy that in order to really know that we've done well or we've established a brand, that we could really pull up anywhere and do well. And, you know, Montreal was our next destination. So, yeah.
My good friend Rosa. I got a picture on this little pop-up idea.
So Rosa's amazing. Rosa was actually the mom of our director. She's such a sweetheart, such a welcoming person. We hit it off. She makes amazing pizza. And what's cool about their pizza place is they use wood. They have a wood burning oven, charcoal burning oven, charcoal, wood. What do a lot of people do? Wood burning ovens? So she didn't have a wood burning oven. She had something else. No, it was something burning in there. Coal? Coal burning oven. They used a coal burning oven to make their pizza. Crazy. Really good. Pizzas came out super quick because their oven was raging hot. And what's awesome about the location is next door to one of the most iconic sandwich spots in all of Montreal, dare I say in all of Canada, Schwartz's Delicatessen. Schwartz's? Schwartz's, right? Oh, Schwartz's. I always get Schwartz's and Yitz's mixed up. Anyways. Schwartz's Delicatessen. They're pastrami or they're Montreal smoked meat, depending where you are border-wise. That's the equivalent of Montreal smoked meat and pastrami are like best friends. But yeah, they're notorious for that. So like we had our two food spots side by side, just like that. Yeah, she's stunning. I was in love. I like older ladies, I'm just saying. It's my thing. My thing. My thing.
Come on. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna pop up out of your restaurant. With your permission, obviously. Yeah? Okay.
She said yes so quickly, it's amazing. It just shows how much people in the food industry care for each other for the most part. Not everyone, but when you do have people that understand what it takes to actually run a small business and someone pitches you an idea and it's like, you know what? Yeah, she made this whole thing possible. Without her agreeing to let us use her space, we wouldn't have been able to do this episode. So, Rosa, I love you. I love you. Rosa.
She's such a sweetheart.
And her pizza was... crazy. That's such a mom thing to say. What do we make? What do we prepare? Who's coming to the party? Who's coming? Who are your friends? Who are they coming? What are they gonna eat? What are they gonna eat?
If I want to capture a late night scene here in Montreal, I've got to explore it.
Oh, it sounds so matter of fact. Welcome back to.
Exactly who the inventor is, but rumor has it it all started with the guy who once asked for fries and cheese in a bag. That became the birth of the genius combination.
What? Can I get a bag of fries and cheese?
I'm good.
Who knew what this guy was starting? Madness.
French fries, cheese curds, gravy, and that's it. It's fried, it's hot, it's cheesy. Oh yeah. It's actually
Little known fact, I'm not the biggest fan of poutine, actually. I find more often than not, the gravy is never hot enough to melt the cheese curds. So when you do get a nice plate of proper poutine where the gravy is homemade, the cheese curds are melting and oozing through those fries, it is quite amazing, especially when you're drunk. You're just like, oh my God, this is so hot and good. And anyways, yeah.
like there's a bunch of rumors and stuff going around, but I think it's been around for so long that just people lost the origin. I saw you.
What about the bag story? I'd already mentioned the bag story. See, this is when editing comes after the fact. Pied de Cochon is a legendary restaurant in Montreal. Their most infamous dish is probably their duck in a can. Part of the food truck laws in Montreal is that in order to open up a food truck, you actually have to also own a restaurant. You can't just open up a food truck without owning a brick and mortar of some sort. But they obviously put a much richer twist on it, and they used foie gras. So I'm not the biggest fan of foie. I find it to be a little rich. And then when you obviously go into like the history of how it's made and stuff like that, side story, doesn't matter. But anyways, it can be a little too much sometimes. So normally not the biggest fan, but it worked really well with the gravy and the cheese curds and the fries.
Does it better than everyone else in the world.
All right, so from food trucks and poutine to now another staple in Montreal, like I was saying earlier, Schwartz's Deli.
That's nothing, man. What do you mean stuff? Is this a smokehouse? Is this what's happening? You're gonna take it back to absolutely.
I was shocked they showed me what was back there. I thought that was a secret. Look at this smoker. Look at all the briskets. That's just tray after tray. Like, look at how many there are. 123 briskets at one time they're smoking. That is, so the average, just put it in perspective, the average brisket is around 14 pounds, give or take. 123 at a time.
People playing, so I'm starving. I need to eat.
Oh my God. Crazy, crazy. Johnny's been slicing smoked meat so long. Now he has a, last time I saw him, he has a brace on his arm.
Doing a one-night pop-up. I would love to be able to incorporate the Schwartz meat and the Schwartz experience into this event. The first dish I'm going to do with this pop.
So, two dishes I decided on. It's gonna be a French fry dish. The first dish is kind of a tribute to Rosa. We're gonna do like a margarita pizza fry. The second dish was like a Montreal deli fry. So one had like tomato sauce and cheese curds and basil on it. The other had Montreal smoked meat that I'm getting from Schwartz's and like a buttered honey garlic, honey mustard sauce, like a deli sandwich. Great ideas in theory. Where do things go wrong in this episode? Electricity.
This keeps shorting the fuses. That's the worst scenario possible right now.
Brutal. Two little tabletop fryers setting off all the power in the entire restaurant.
Out there, I was out of power. The DJ was out of power. The washrooms went out of power. I need to find one of the circuit boxes.
I was freaking out.
On circuit breakers, flicking stuff, so it's already shorted that one out.
So stressed at this point. Like, and then the worst case scenario. What's the worst case scenario? What do you think it is? I'll tell you what it is. People actually started to show up to this thing. You had to line up out the door. Some fucking food, and the fryers kept going. Like, heart attack city.
Immediately turned into always electrical.
I love how I'm such a little douchebag too. Like, look at that. I was already talking about how power was a problem. So I thought, hey, why not plug in a couple little table lamps too while we're at it? Like, if it wasn't drawing enough power before, what's a couple little tabletop desk lamps just to, like, come on, Matt. Use your head.
Oh, thank God. It actually was my first pop-up all over again.
So, long story short, because we call it a Hail Mary, let me tell you something. We ran our fries over to Schwartz's. They fried them for me, and then we would run them back. We did this for 3 hours during one of their busiest times of the night. So whenever you think about, hey, I could do that. That looks like a lot of fun. He looks like he's having a great time. not seeing is the heart attacks. We keep the heart attacks hidden.
People were lining up.
I can't believe people showed up.
Good.
I was blown away. I'm like, what are you doing here? How did you find out about this? Salut! I'm so beaten up at this point. This fryer situation has completely humbled me. I'm just dying. I was so beaten up after this.
They're so good. I really like
I think I puked actually in the back alleyway. I was so stressed out. Yeah, it was a true story. So I absolutely love Montreal. I loved everyone we worked with in this episode. It was truly the most authentic approach to the pop-up for the whole season of the show because we made it happen out of nothing and it was filled with problems the entire time during the service, but we made it work, which just goes to show don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah, that's it. Don't sweat the small stuff. But this was pretty big stuff. And I was sweating. But there's always another time to sweat. Yeah, all right, I'll take it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, ding, ding, dong, dong, ding, ding, and that sounded weird. Turn on those notifications. It looks like a bell. It goes ding or dong, and you click it. Maybe neither of those things, but it looks like a bell. And leave me a comment. Have you ever been to Montreal? If so, where did you eat poutine? If not poutine, what did you eat? Shish taouk? I love shish taouk. Oh my gosh, shish taouk. Anyways, have a great time. Happy Rebel Without a Kitchening, and until next time, bye.